Hey guys, it's Neil here from RepRap Log Phase. We'll be doing a series of tutorials on how to use HeekCAD as a solid modeling program for the RepRap printer. Little history on HeekCAD. It's based off of Open Cascade. Um, it uses the new BSD license. It was developed by a gentleman named Dan Heeks. It's an incredibly active development. You wouldn't believe how much this program has changed in the last year, and you can now do Python scripts, extensions, add-ons. They've added a undo and redo function. It's night and day in the last year, and I honestly quiver to think what this program will be like in a year. Anyway, what we'll be doing is probably spending 5, 6 videos going over the basics of how to use the program, and then after that, pretty much every video will be doing set projects, like doing a carrier that a gentleman named Andre over at the linuxgraphics.org website. It's French, but he made a carrier that pretty much uses every single technique available to you under HeekCAD, and it's gorgeous. You can check it out over at linuxgraphics.org. Click the tutorials and you can read the whole thing. I'm basically going to go through that step by step. That'll be later on, though. That'll probably be a few weeks. So first, I'm just going to go over the what buttons are available with HeekCAD, and I'll come back in later videos and go into more detail. HeekCAD can import or it can open the IGES files, STEPs, and Heeks files. Those are completely solid modeling file formats. All the rest of the file formats are non mechanical files, so you really can't modify them that much. But it can import SDLs, vector graphics, DXF files, Gerber files. It can import all those, but you can't modify them quite as much, just because there's not so much information there. It can export into, again, its file format, the IGES and the STEP, to move to other programs if you have things you want to do with besides what this program can do. It has a undo and redo function, which are these two buttons right here. I've got about 20 steps out and had no problems. This is the select button. We've got 3 different ways you can select with this one. You can either select the whole object, which is when you just click, that's the one it starts with, selects the whole object. You can click this button right here and you'll only select a side, so top and side, as you see. And then this one right here does the outside line. So you click there, or if you look over here, this one. Uh, Also, you can draw in 2 dimensions, just like that. Whole thing, rid of it. You can draw in 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions with this one. We'll go and look down the XY axis. It'll draw any polynomial with any amount of shapes or any amount of sides you want. Regular lines, it doesn't do curved lines, it actually does line segments, squares, and O-brown drawings. It'll do circles, it gives you multiple ways of drawing circles. You have this right here, which will draw objects that are not actually printed, like points or unending lines. You can add text. You can draw descriptions of distances like that. It's real easy. You can also, if you get really far away from your XYZ cheater, you can actually place them in other places around the drawing. You have many ways that you can rotate items. You get a cylinder, a sphere, a square, and a cone as your standard just blocks you can throw in your solid files. You have 3 different versions of extrusion you can do, including a spiral extrusion where you can make like a cup if you wanted. It has boonline functions, which work very good with, of course, the 3 standards: the subtract, add, and union. Chafers, again, real easy to do. It gives you several ways you can look at things down each one of the axes. Um, we'll go into all these in more detail in the next videos, but for now, I will see you guys later.